Better products, better service, no headaches. Brentwood Line creates promotional products you can be proud to show your client. Whether your order is 24 pieces or 10,000 pieces, the Brentwood Line customer service team is ready to take the stress out of fulfilling your order.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Promo Perspectives. My name is Nicole Cook. I am your host. And today I really wanted to take some time and lean into the name of our podcast, Promo Perspectives. And I wanted to pull different people from the industry and get their different perspectives on the industry's largest trade show that recently wrapped, the PPAI Expo. So I interviewed people from within Sage, people at PPAI, suppliers who attended, anyone you can think of. And I just wanted to ask them in their own words, how would they describe their time at Expo in Vegas? So without further ado, let's get started with some commentary from a supplier who exhibited at the PPAI Expo, Totally Chocolate Promo. Let's see what they had to say about their time in Vegas.
Hello, I am Christina Beal, National Account Manager at Totally Chocolate Promo. This was not my first expo. It is, I don't even know, I lost count, but it's my first expo with this company. And it was so exciting to see everybody's excitement about coming to our booth. Our primary goal for PPAI Expo this year was to relaunch the industry in a brand new way. We came with a new booth. We came with a new team. We came with a new brand. New products. It was really fun and people received it so well. How would I summarize PPAI Expo in one or two sentences? One, I think people came hungry to learn. They were willing to, not just grab product but really engage with us and have conversation. Everybody just came with a really strong attitude to learn, which was really exciting, especially as a supplier. That's what you dream about, right? So it was really great. Some of the biggest trends that I'm seeing in the industry is merch not just being merch, that it's an experience. I love the fact that my product line lends into that, creating experiences for people, but it's not just us. Like I saw the Numo and, the puppies at Bissell, everything is creating experience and being so memorable that way. I think we're going to continue to see that trend just even get bigger in the promo space. Best networking moments. Honestly, the evening time is so much fun. I love engaging with everybody at all the little extra events that happen in the evenings, right? The booth ends and you're racing off to, ASB or I Promote You or a women's function or meeting up with a group of people that you want to just really connect with and engage with. Everybody just puts on such great events in the evenings. I literally wish I could go to all of them. I had to cut some out this year, but it's just fabulous. Even that loop around eye candy, you meet somebody new, somebody introduces you to, and it's a great connection. So there's just never a dull moment at PPAI. You can just totally meet new people constantly. So the whole week is just fabulous for that. I did attend Education Day this year, which was so nice. I don't normally get to do that as a supplier, so I really made sure that was a priority. Monday morning, I attended JQ's event. I attended the accountability class and one on AI. It was really great information. I love the fact that our industry is so engaged and so supportive in helping us learn and develop our companies and ourselves so much. It's just such a special treat to get to go to Education Day. One word to describe Expo 2026, collaboration. I feel like there's so much collaboration. I'm personally part of CCX, which is such a great creative collaboration group with distributors and suppliers. I also got the chance this year with our rebrand to collaborate with other suppliers. For instance, we did our caps with Outdoor Cap, and then they gave chocolates at their booth of ours during PPAI. So I think there's just more and more collaboration going on, people being willing to be transparent and share ideas. It's just making us stronger as an industry. So I love that collaboration, and I hope it continues. It's a great momentum. My caption for takeaway for 2026 would be, I'm so grateful for the relationships that I've made and the great relationships that I get to work with. My multi-line rep teams, couldn't do and be everywhere. So I'm so grateful for them. They're just such a great extension of our sales team. I'm so grateful for my internal sales team and how they approach everything. And then all the wonderful friendships that, customers who have become friends over the years. It's just such a great takeaway. And I think that's my social media caption. I'm grateful for the relationships that I have within this industry. Well, thanks so much for letting me be part of this, and have a great day.
It's always really so cool to hear what people who are exhibiting and who are a part of what really makes the expo have to say about their time. So that was really awesome. To kind of switch to a different point of view, I also asked internally, and I asked our senior social media coordinator, Anne-Marie Bolton, who this was her second expo that she went to. And I went and I asked her, what were the biggest trends that you noticed, like products, branding, tech, sustainability, etc. And I love her answer so much, I'm going to just read it word for word because it really was such a standout part of our time in Vegas. She said, I noticed a lot of dual, maybe even triple use items, a cup that you drink out of and you keep your golf score, a Bluetooth speaker that is also a power bank, a pin that is also a fidget spinner, a cooler that also holds a cutting board, and drink holders, etc., etc., etc. Single-use items almost seem like a thing of the past. And I totally agree with that. The things that really stuck out to me as an attendee were those things that were dual use and really, really high quality too. They were things that I think anybody could see themselves using because it's not just another cooler. Now it's a cooler with a cutting board. And so now your beach picnics are even easier and you're carrying less things. Or that tumbler with the golf tally. Genius. They also had, who we spoke to had a little bit of a joke. You could also use it as a drink spilled counter. So up to you how you want to use it. But that was really definitely a trend that we saw. Switching to another perspective, we heard from PPAI's Josh Ellis. And we wanted to hear what he thought about some of the networking at Expo. Here's what Josh had to say.
Best networking moment. Okay. Every year, the best networking moments at the PPAI Expo are the ones you don't plan. Sometimes it can be really tough to walk more than 50 or 100 yards without running into somebody a business partner you've not spoken to in a while, or somebody you've been meaning to catch up with, just an old friend. And just having those momentary hugs and quick catch-ups that remind you just how important community is to you in this industry. It's always fun. I have trouble walking and getting anywhere on time in Vegas because I just run into so many people that I'm so glad to see. So year after year, that's the best networking moment, is just the surprise collision of an old friend, an old partner, and the chance to give a hug, share a smile, say, how have you been? How's the show going for you? Always a fun question, but it's just great to see. It's great to see each other.
Loved hearing that from Josh. And sticking with our friends at PPAI, I also heard back from Renee Ward, who's their director of finance at PPAI. And so I was really curious to hear about just what it's like to put on this sort of event and how that went. And when she summarized Expo 2026 in her own words, she said, from an organizer's perspective, PPAI Expo 2026 was an outstanding experience, from seamless event execution to quality and energy of the attendees. Totally agree. And when asked what surprised her most about the show, she said that the level of engagement across both exhibitors and attendees was impressive and consistent throughout the show. Again, something I can echo, and I'm sure anybody who went can echo. It is just such a high energy, really engaging event. And I feel like part of what makes it so great are the people who attend and the people who exhibit giving that energy. And you really can't beat it. It's the industry's best and largest trade show for a reason. So that's really cool to hear from someone who has, the behind the scenes experience of putting that event together. I also asked her what kind of felt new or different compared to previous years. She said the attendees were overwhelmingly enthusiastic and genuinely invested in making meaningful connections. Again, totally agree with that, Renee. And finally, had to stick with our PPAI friends again. We heard from Megan Dean, who is their marketing coordinator. This was actually her first time at Expo. So I love to hear newbies' first times, how they describe the event. And she said, when she described how the event was, that it was incredible. It was exciting to see all the waves, the handshakes, the hugs. So true. Like, our industry is so people focused and really relationship forward. And you really get to see that at Expo, because all these people who might not be near you or who you don't get to see all the time are all in one spot. It's really awesome. And she also said that with it being her first Expo, after hearing all the stories about previous years, it was just breathtaking to see it in person. And I echo that sentiment. It's a sight to see. And because she's their marketing coordinator, I had to hit her with a fun final question to close us out, which is, what would be your post caption for Expo 2026? Megan said, thousands of members, endless branded merch, one unforgettable Expo. Thank you again for coming along for our part 1 of the Expo Recap Perspectives. We will most likely have another one of these, wink, wink, where you can hear more of what other people had to say about their time at Expo. And once again, thank you for joining us on this episode of Promo Perspectives. We'll see you next time.